By the way, Jay-Z, he invested in some NFT aggregator kind of a guy called Beatrice or something like that.
Yeah. That's where that's the Amazon of digital assets.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it's going to be next.
Yeah, even that girl's meme got sold for some $500,000. The girl who was laughing when a building is burning.
Oh.
That got sold for like some $500,000.
That's the thing. If you make memes right now, you really can make money. Like if depending on how good your meme is. And memetics is fucking fascinating, dude. It's like you're infusing it crosses things like astronomy, astrology, and all that kind of stuff. You're infusing so much depth into something so small, and you're trying to give it life. But once it catches life, it's like it catches fire.
This is like insane. Scary thing because
it's insane.
If they get life, imagine memes get life. Imagine that frog which started that whole Trump campaign.
Yeah.
Imagine that comes to life.
That's it. Armies. You'll have an army of people.
Yeah, man. That's like, fuck Terminator. Nobody can save us then. Even aliens will be like, we don't know how to deal with this.
Yeah. It's that extra dimensional aspect of these digital assets like memes and NFTs. It's just, I don't know where this shit is going seriously, but it's good for us. It's
when I'm going to take this really seriously? When Steven Spielberg or John Lucas or some of those guys make this movie about something like iRobot or I don't know. What was the other Will Smith movie?
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend.
Right.
If they make a movie like this based on this concept of how NFTs will overrule the world somehow, then I'll take this very seriously. Because if they have done it, that means it's true. E.T., when it came out, everybody thought, wow, what a fictional story.
Yeah, and then just 2 weeks later, in Patancheru, there was a small girl with a cycle.
With like a
and she had this odd-shaped
egg-shaped
bonnet in front of her cycle, and everyone was like, "What the hell's going on?" And it's like, and
she smiled. She just gave that Stranger Things smile.
Yeah, and people heard Telugu Bootulu coming out from that. Like, who's teaching kids? Yeah, like who's teaching kids, but they can't see any kids around. Like, where are these horrible
how can the
curse words
know this?
Where are these coming from? And that was E.T.
That was E.T.
in Patancheru.
Yeah. E.T. was inspired from an incident in Patancheru.
Yeah.
Nobody tells about that because there is no economics to it.
There's no glamour to it,
There's
right?
no glamour to it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Patancheru innately is unglamorous.
Yeah.
Right? No matter how, and like literally also it's not very glamorous. Like, Patancheru is same thing is with Karman Ghat.
Imagine if they wanted to make a movie, obviously they're not going to come here.
Yeah.
They're going to build a set.
Yeah.
In California somewhere.
Yeah.
Of Patancheru. Imagine they're working on building the set and they take a pause and think, wait, we don't have to build it, we have to break shit down actually.
Like this is the opposite of building.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting point you raised. You know how difficult is it for Americans, especially Hollywood, to replicate?
You can't replicate this shit.
Like, they have to come to India and shoot.
I mean,
they don't have another go.
I can imagine like if you're a VFX artist and you have to make graphics of these roads and gullies and all this stuff.
Not happening.
Fuck, it's so random.
No chance.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would dare to attempt it also.
We're not like stenciled in templates block by block. Like we don't live in square blocks.
They can't they can't do a VFX of a house. Forget about like a block.
Exactly.
I mean, have you ever gone to Malayapalli and went to somebody's house?
Unfortunately, no, not yet.
You just don't know how the architecture works.
One can dream though.
No, I did.
Yeah.
I did. I have friends there.
Mm-hmm.
And every wall in the house has a door.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It starts with that. And then the number of walls just doesn't end.
So the owner's an optimistic sort of person is what it is.
I don't know how that can be looked at to evaluate the personality of the person.
Like every wall has a door.
Every wall has a door.
Like it doesn't matter what obstacle you have, there's a way through that obstacle.
No, but that's the beauty of it. You're not allowed beyond the front room, right? So you basically are just sitting in the front room.
Yeah.
And you know for a fact that, like, there's a look of a person who's tired of going through doors.
Right.
I don't know if you've ever seen that. Have you ever gone to like this old government office where you're going from one door to another and you're like just tired?
Yeah.
I'm not able to find the counter, right?
Yeah.
That's the kind of look you have on everybody's face in their house. Like the moment they enter the room, they're like, another door. It's almost like that. So you can make out that every wall has a door.
Right.
And the funny thing is they're all symmetric doors, right? They're all in one line. So when you peep into any of the doors, you can make out that there's this unending array of doors. So you can only imagine how many walls are there.
It's a chamber of secrets.
Chamber of secrets kind of things. Yeah. True story. And I don't know why I said that, but yeah, architecture fails there. Like you just can't understand how. Just like Patancheru.
Yeah.
You look at Patancheru and you're like, how? How did this place come to existence?
Yeah.
You can make sense of Indus Valley civilizations. You can make sense of excavated,
right,
whatever fossils or civilizations or societies that you find. But you can't make sense of a functional Patancheru.
Right.
You just don't know why it exists. It's just like a blotch.
Someday we hope to figure it out.
Yeah. We are only humans.
And if not us, then our kids will figure it out.
Someday.
And if not them, their kids will figure it out.
If not them.
Yeah.
It's an unending array of doors.
No, I literally meant our kids. Like this is mission statement of ThyGap, which is it's part of our mission statement, which is one of the purposes of our secret society.
Of two people,
which also has a podcast.
Yeah,
but one of the mission statements is that someday, eventually, we will figure out Patancheru.
Yeah, that's a bold mission statement. But you got to shoot for the stars once in a while.
That's it. I mean, you're a small, tiny man. You have a limited life, but there's no limit to how much you can dream.
I'm trying to track back how Patancheru came, but but however it came, it's important. That's what matters.
It is.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
Once we figure out Patancheru, then we'll go to Karman Ghat. Figure out how that place exists.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many conundrums around us. Like Domalguda, they always say, like, what happens in Domalguda stays in Domalguda, but can only be spoken of in Maratpalli.
But also a lot comes out of Domalguda.
Yeah.
It's for the one who seeks to know what comes out of Domalguda. That's the beauty of it. It's still giving. It's not like Vegas.
Yeah.
It doesn't keep everything inside. It's giving.
It's very giving.
Yeah. Trying to figure out how Domalguda is connected to Maratpalli. Two contrasting areas. But
it's you have to picture it like 3-dimensional, like 4-dimensional. Like these are connected, maybe not in space, but in time, in the ripples of time, like you don't know what funky shit is happening. It's all extra dimensional. Like there are portals all over here. That's what we meant when we said Patancheru, we don't know what's going on. There are veils under which the different worlds that exist.
The only way I can relate.
Nobody knows this shit. This is the reason why we started this podcast in the first place.
Bogus, do you know the only way I can relate Maratpalli to Domalguda?
How?
All the guys who were rich in Maratpalli encroached Musi and built Domalguda on top of it. That's the only relation I see. Like, beyond that, I don't see any other relation. Domalguda is fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
One big rain and Domalguda is not there. It's not visible for like 4 days.
That's what
it's like that. Yeah.
Not in a physical sense, but like in an esoteric.
Domalguda is an entropy in itself.
Can't
really put a finger on it and say, this is what Domalguda is. No, we can't do that. That's entropy.
Like entropy, Domalguda is also hard to define.
Very hard to define. You can try. You can experience it.
Yeah, but how many lives do you have? That's the question.
Yeah.
How many lives?
There's only so much a man can do.
Got.
Patancheru suddenly is like this dream place. I want to go to Patancheru now.
Patancheru is a mystical land.
When you speak about Patancheru, I'm thinking of, have you seen the movie Mummy?
Yeah.
The Mummy?
Yeah.
So they go to this, they go to this place where they're supposed to find the treasure or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that place, you can only see during the sunrise.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like some whatever.
Yeah.
So they all are kind of waiting.
It's like the equinox or something, like one of those specific days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where only on that particular day, the city kind of appears.
Yeah.
The two funny things, now that I think about it, I always thought like, it's right in front of you. Why can't you just go?
Exactly.
Yeah, you could have bumped into the city at some point.
Yeah.
But whatever, leave all that. Patancheru suddenly makes me think about Patancheru, like that city.
Yeah.
Where you only go on the longest day of the year, that is in the June 21st. And you go there by 11 o'clock. And there's a gate. There's a toll gate which will open at 11:30. And only then can you experience what Patancheru is.
That's what we mean when we say the best things in life come from Malakpet.
Yeah.
And the worst things come from Maradpalli.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot going on in Hyderabad that no one is talking about.
Yeah.
And basically ThyGap podcast was put in place to reveal.
Yeah. And we are backed by some who are invested in making this information known.
Let's not talk about them though.
I mean, we have a
it's in the
confidentiality clause.
Yeah, it's in the clause.
But just to, I mean, we're not taking names here, but at least like putting it out there that, hey, be careful.
Yeah, the world is not as it seems.
Yeah. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can see through the cover most of the time. So
yeah.
Unless it's put in a paperback. When I look, I don't even know if you're looking at me right at this point.
I was not.
Yeah. Okay. Are you closing your eyes and speaking?
Half closed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Was the time. Hey, thanks for listening. You can follow this podcast on Spotify to get notified of new episodes every Thursday. We're also on Apple Podcasts for those of you who have partaken in the forbidden fruit. If you liked what you heard, leave us a 5-star rating and a comment. Say anything like the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. A rating and a comment really helps us out. It's free, and I'm told that's a great price. But enough about us, huh? Tell us about yourself. Leave us a comment. Our Twitter is @ThyGap, and we are _ThyGap on Instagram.